Welcome back to Drew and Derek Suck at Gambling, episode 60. I'm Drew.
I'm Derek.
And I'm Ryan.
We're I don't know if you guys watched Sunday Night Football at all, but it was really embarrassing. Brock Purdy got no rushing yards. That was my absolute lock. That was the only bet I even talked about for that game. It was under 8.5 rushing yards for Brock Purdy, and he didn't even have a single attempt. So that was easy money. Anyways, so going on to the rest of that game was demoralizing. Shook me to my core.
Is that more sad than you've been after any Cardinals loss in some time, or?
Yeah, I guess. Cardinals don't really play primetime games, so it's hard to say. Ryan, is that more happy than you've been for a Colts win recently?
I just want to explain to the listeners. So Drew has asked for a restraining order following this Sunday night game. We are no longer allowed to be in the same vicinity of each other and thus virtual podcast. So I don't know if we want to thank or be mad at Brock Purdy and the 49ers for being fucking dominant and probably the best team in the NFL, but
sole reason we're remote.
It was good.
It was just because it's funny. I was watching the first half with Ryan, and at one point he's like, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go home. It looks like we really had to be separated or something. It's like Daniel Cormier and John Jones.
Start growling at each other.
But yeah, I'm currently in hell right now. That's where I'm at. The Niners they're good. The Niners are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Cowboys have Niners right where they want them actually.
Right.
For the revenge game.
Right, right.
That they keep talking about somehow nonstop this week.
Yeah, maybe it'll happen. I don't know. Yeah, George Kittle wearing the "Fuck Dallas" shirt. He was having a game like out of nowhere.
Was that real?
I thought so.
I saw pictures of it. I didn't know if it was like some meme I fell for, but I wanted it to be real, so I'm saying it's real too.
The NFL was like debating on finding him. Yeah,
man. I started watching a breakdown of Dak Prescott's footwork. Like, I was just like, where did I go wrong? It's like
it's in that 5-step. It's when he hits that 5th step.
It was like you could see right here by his footwork, he doesn't trust his O-line. It was like, oh, fuck. Like
you could see by the time he hits that 5th step and his drop back, he has too much time to think. So
it's like guys who played quarterback, like once in their career or something, being like, yeah, I don't really think Dak is good. And I was like, all right. So,
is this a week? Is this a week where we can kind of dispel like the just blanketed attack of Brock Purdy being a systemic quarterback and he's just good because Kyle Shanahan is a great coordinator of the offense and all around great head coach? I mean, here's the thing, when has it been easy to be a quarterback in the NFL? Once Brock started for the 49ers, I guess that's when it was.
I don't know. I think it's only because they won games with other quarterbacks too. Like if they were bad before, like Brock he's dude. Yeah.
All right. Well, he's good. You led me into my next segment. If we want to look at the current odds for where did I put it? League MVP. Did I say that correctly? Brock is plus 650, only behind Tua and Patty Mahomes. Which other San Francisco 49er was third best ranked for was it Jimmy? Was it Sam Darnold? Was it Trey Lance? Maybe Alex
Also,
Smith.
what's Christian McCaffrey's odds? How many running backs are that high? How many running backs have been that high until they,
Hey, good trade. Good trade.
Good trade.
I think Brock Purdy's good. I don't know if he'll be MVP good by the end of the year.
That's fine.
Just because
It's super easy to win out in the NFL. Yeah. So we shouldn't count it.
Okay, you know
Shouldn't
what?
count it.
So the Niners actually have had the, including the last game, 31st easiest schedule. They have.
Okay.
You wanna know how
It's still the NFL, dude. I don't care. It's still the
you
NFL.
want to know how bad all the other teams had to be? Because the Cowboys are on there, and strength say what they look like, but strength of schedule wise, they would bring it down a little bit.
Sorry, the division sucks.
We're only 5 games in, and they have the second easiest schedule up to date. As of up until this point, they're gonna make playoffs. Brock is good, but let's cool our jets a little bit, all right?
Yeah.
They
Dallas
blew
was
out the
overhyped
best team in the
anyway, I get it.
NFC. Okay, they blew out the best team in the NFC. My Super Bowl champs, not really, but
Speaking of, I might actually be I might go to the Philly 49ers game December 4th.
oh wow,
We'll hold
Nice.
our breaths. Yeah.
That's your Super Bowl.
Is that
That's my
in
Super
Philly?
Bowl. Yeah, it's in Philly. It'd be fun.
Oh wow, gonna have you live on the scene.
Yeah. I got my connects. Be like, hey, bro.
Go Birds!
Ryan, what did you get Brock
Um,
Purdy MVP at the beginning of the year?
Oh, let me check. Hold on. Do, 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 do. I'll put it in the group chat. It was a lot. It was
Okay,
a lot.
all right. I remember you said on the pod, and it was I think it was in
Yeah.
the hundreds to ones or something close to that.
Yeah.
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did say that.
Let's not acknowledge it.
All right, man. I get it.
This is like a virtual therapy session, right? I just feel like I'm just listening to both you guys as the counselor.
Well, he
It's
started it.
It's good we have a space this week.
It worked
Episode's
out.
not brought to you by BetterHelp, but I've had 5 sessions on Sunday night. I've been doubling
I'm
up
a
each
premium
day.
subscriber.
Yeah. I've been talking to a bunch of unqualified professionals.
Well, there goes any sponsorship.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw. Never mind. All right. It's gonna be related to some current events. I think we should steer away.
I steer clear of any current events going on right now. Yeah.
Anyways, that week, that was a little rough. I don't even know how I did on the pick 5.
I gotta check.
I could tell you. Yeah, let me pull it up.
Yeah,
Pull it
Derek,
up, Jared.
wait also to hook it up with the Tyler Boyd bets. What the fuck was
Yeah,
that?
you're welcome. Yeah, that. What are you guys talking about? That wasn't me. That was Ryan.
Yeah, we were heavy. We were heavy on Tyler Boyd.
Yeah, you.
What did Boyd finish with?
12. I don't know.
No, he ended up with 30 yards.
Oh, way better than
That's
I thought he did. I
different.
thought he put up a zero burger. So
He had 6 catches for 30 yards.
how? What?
I know.
That's insane. Okay, I did not know he.
Um,
well, I'm proud of him. He tried.
It is funny I did. So I went 3-2.
Yeah,
Double unit loss though. Because I I had Travis Etienne rushing yards.
Mhm.
He cleared that pretty well. I think he ended up with like well over that.
Hundreds. Yep.
Yeah. Rams plus 4.5. That didn't quite work out. Cowboys money line. We don't have to talk about that anymore. I had Falcons money line. They snuck that one out.
Yep.
And then Jets money line. And you guys both know how hyped I was off that Breece Hall run.
Oh my God.
If I could have expedited the shipping, I'd be wearing a Breece Hall jersey right now. I ordered one at the Cardinals game, and I am so excited for the rest of the season. I'm glad we're talking about the Jets today. The future's looking good. The over 5.5 wins looking good. Yeah, they beat like the worst team ever, but like I don't know they're taking a knee. Chiefs covered. I was about to say Chiefs didn't cover against them, but they did. It looks kind of scary.
The Cardinals also beat the Commanders. I know the worst team. So they already played Dallas. That's what you're referencing. I'm sorry. No, I'm not
Anyways, I love doing the pod on here. I can mute Ryan. Oh fuck! When we get to Cowboys Chargers, I'm gonna have to. It's gonna be a 2-man pod. It's gonna be so funny when Ryan's gone the next 2 weeks and it's like, damn, Drew really got rid of him.
He was not joking.
They do not like each other.
Yeah, this podcast. I thought they were all three friends, but what else happened in the news?
Drew, I just love the idea of you at a Cardinals game with like two phones, one ordering a Breece Hall jersey and the other just watching Dak Prescott highlights. Anything but watching the fucking Cardinals play.
Yeah, I didn't want to watch that game. It was a little rough. It was a little rough game.
A little rough.
Bengals looked
might be a little back.
They are so back.
Yeah.
Dobbs, there's a reason they were like, get your Dobbs jerseys now. Like, how far can this backup quarterback take us?
Week 5.
Yeah, we did not look that good there. Rondell Moore, he had some good runs. That's a moral victory.
Glass half full.
I don't know what else to say. Like that game was we were asleep at the wheel.
Yeah. Here for a good time.
I had a good time.
Cardinals also
Anthony
have
Richardson.
the 7th toughest. Anthony Richardson. How's he doing?
Good. Can I just say, can we take a moment of silence and just pay respect to our fallen king? Can I show something I got for the podcast? Let me just stand up real quick. Look at that.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, it's blurred. It's blurred.
Look
at that.
Oh,
the 360 spike. The 360 spike.
Glorious. Very, very much so approved.
Yeah. Ordered it before he got injured, but the Minshew jerseys
the
Minshew jerseys take a second for shipping. They're in high demand right now, but
Breece Hall and Minshew 1 and 2 on NFL.com right now.
got Etsy shop owners in a sweatshop making Gardner Minshew tees.
Damn right. Hey, they beat the Titans though. Look good. I'm not scared. We got what? Jaguars kind of got a string of games after that, and hopefully 4 to 6 weeks we win half of those, and we're still fighting for a first spot in that division. So I'm not worried at all, boys.
Anything is possible. And then Raiders got a win on Monday night.
Yeah, one of the few we're gonna get all year. It was great.
It fucked me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jesus.
I lost a potential like $375 that night. So
on Packers money line?
A lot of Packers stuff. A lot of Packers things. Yeah, Drew Love. Jordan Love did not look good. Started him in fantasy. Thought it was going to be good, but I don't. Similar to Drew with Dallas, I don't want to talk about it. So
you guys are very upset over losses over teams that aren't yours.
I think it's probably because I had actual reason behind the Cowboys. I swear. Last year I had a moment where I'm not saying you have blind faith in the Niners. Ryan always seems to love teams I fucking hate. When Nebraska,
I'm a Nebraska fan. I'm a big Nebraska boy.
Dude, he kept telling me how much he loves Urban Meyer. Like while he's at Ohio State, like it would be like, dude, he's just such a good coach. I'm like, we fucking play them once a year. Like, can you at least tone it down a little bit? Like you're a little too horny to talk about Urban Meyer.
I have no comment.
Yeah, imagine this podcast with Urban. Imagine what the podcast would have been like if Ryan was on it when Urban Meyer was the head coach of the Jags.
Oh my God. I actually don't think I'd be here. You guys would just be fighting. I'd just convert to a fan. You guys just arguing over these hot topics would be great.
Just wait till Trussell comes out of retirement and goes back.
Dude, yeah, it's other Ohio State coaches. Like,
okay, the sweater vest. Dude's a G.
All right, time to move on. Raiders got the win. Happy for you guys. Jacoby Myers, he looked really good. Big game. I just traded him to Derek in fantasy. And
Jared Goff looks good.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah. That Raiders game, I was sure was going to end in a heartbreaking loss. I've just seen that game and script too many times, but turns out Jordan Love just sucks. Who knew? Who would have thought?
Dude,
so thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Not my wallet.
3 interceptions. If you throw 3 picks against the Raiders, my guy, don't got good news for your career outlook. Not great. 2 of them to Robert Spillane. He's like a 1984 linebacker. He just tackles running backs on 1st and 2nd down. I don't know if that man has a career pick. I'm making that up, but he's got 2 now at least.
The name, the life story.
He's got like both the initials tattooed on the back of his arm. He's just like a 1980s linebacker, man. He's through.
Cigarette at halftime with a Bud Light.
That single-handedly put Jordan Love. He's now 2nd in the league in interceptions.
Really?
Yeah. Jimmy G is 1st.
All right. Cool.
Despite playing a whole game less than all the other quarterbacks on the list.
Tragic.
I love
but
it.
Are you guys ready to get into the slate?
Let's fucking do it.
We first game is Vikings Bears. Yeah.
Yes, sir. We do have the Vikings coming in facing the Bears at home. Bears are at home. Sound a little misleading. Bears +3. The over/under sitting at 44. Let's see. I mean, Bears go in and break their 14-game losing streak, beat the Commanders 40-20. Justin Fields and DJ Moore looking like absolute legends last Thursday, combined for 230 yards, 3 touchdowns. And it seems like the Vikings community is in a bit of a crisis. We've heard silly trade rumors of Kirk Cousins going anywhere, even though he has a trade clause. So let's have the community calm down. Vikings are still okay, right? They're number 1 in passing attempts and passing touchdowns and second in passing yards. Kirk Cousins is not the problem here. You have a bunch of other things. We have our boy Jay Jettas hitting the IR, missing probably the next 4 games. I hope this is a shootout. We'll see. What do you guys think?
Let's see.
I
Go ahead, Drew.
Oh no, I definitely could see this being a shootout. It's going to be hard with Jay Jettis out, obviously, but that Bears secondary has struggled to defend the middle of the field. You know, I love talking about the slot in the middle of the field. I think Jordan Madison props are going to look really good in this game. They like to use him in the middle of the field. I don't know if that will change just because Justin Jefferson's out, but it shouldn't. I hope they just kind of keep him in a similar role that he's had, maybe just a little bit more output. But I also like TJ Hawkinson receptions set at 5.5, little juicy, but he was up there. I think he has the 3rd most targets in the league in the middle of the field, more than Jordan Addison. But Jordan Addison does get a lot of work out of there. He's I think been very efficient in the middle of the field and gotten a good amount of yards. But yeah, those are the 2 I really like in this game. Derek, what about you?
Yeah, we're right on track here with Jordan Addison, especially with the Justin Jefferson injury. And honestly, his line is set pretty low still. I mean, I feel like it's a couple weeks been around this number. It's 52.5. I feel like it's been around like the 50 mark anyway. So I'm honestly a little fishy of it, but I love that line. I think they're going to force feed him the ball. Another guy I like, the guy that had 230 yards and 3 touchdowns last week, DJ Moore. I mean, how can you not? The Vikings are awful against receivers. They're giving up the most yards to the receiver, I believe. So this is just like not the Vikings. The Bears are. Wait, what am I saying? The Vikings are giving up the most yards. Yes,
we got you.
He's like by far Justin Fields' favorite target. It's him and Cole Kmet, and there's really no one else. I mean, Chase Claypool's gone, like we talked about last week. So. And DJ Moore, his line didn't really increase by that much. Last week, it was 50.5, and it was climbing. It became a really popular play over the week, and then it climbed. And even after a 230-yard performance, it's only at 59.5. So definitely think that's achievable. So those are definitely 2 I like. Also, the Bears are giving up the most receiving yards to running backs. So I would kind of stay away. The only running back that has a line right now is Alexander Mattison, and it's 15.5. But I just don't know what it's going to look like with Cam Akers getting a little more established now. I think last week they split. Madison had 3 targets. Cam Akers had 2 targets. But yeah, for sure, like DJ Moore and Jordan Addison in this one.
Yeah, I think Justin Fields' passing line is also a little low. He's only had 2 games against the Vikings, and he's went over that number each game. He's thrown for 200 yards in both games, and his line set at 195.5, I think, right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ryan, what were you thinking? I don't know if you have different stats behind that.
No. You beat me to the Justin Fields over passing yards. I was going to say, it seems, after last week, what we saw, and, maybe Vegas is inadvertently kind of keeping us in check as so far as like the Bears season. They've kind of struggled offensively. They've tremendously struggled offensively, and they break out against the Manders last Thursday. But after that, hopefully, I like to think that they've sort of figured things out. Maybe a bit optimistic, but yeah, with you, I thought 195 or 196.5 seems a little enticing. If I was going to throw any money on this game, I think it would be that over. But who knows? I mean, Kirk Cousins has also looked good. I think how many primetime games has he had? He had the one with the Eagles where he threw for way too many passing yards and unfortunately lost. But yeah, I think it's going to be a shootout. I really like the over as well. So I'm just hoping for a good game. I would just love to see the Chicago Bears take another win here, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think that passing attack on the Vikings, like even without Justin Jefferson, I think it overall was really, really powerful. Back on the other side, I do like Cole Kmet props in this game. I think you could genuinely make an argument for taking anyone's over, except for like I don't really like Alexander Madison like receiving over. I think he's gonna probably see a diminished role with Cam Akers out or Cam Akers playing. But yeah, watch guys like KJ Osborne just like go off randomly. But his line's set at 40.5. It's not a bad line, not too crazy about it, but I would like the passing props on both these guys. 251.5, a little high for Kirk Cousins, but I mean that Bears secondary has struggled too. So
I was just gonna bring that one up. I like that for Kirk. It is a little high, but the Bears are allowing the most passing yards in the NFL. They're allowing 295 yards a game. So I think that's definitely a manageable line, and what I think is also going to be a shootout in this one. If I had to pick a side, I think I'm leaning Vikings. I just think they have to win this game. I know it's like the lazy take, like, oh, is Kirk Cousins going to get traded? But like, genuinely, if they lose this game, like, your season's cooked. Like,
yeah, it's bad.
You got to look, and he's not under contract next year. If you're gonna hit the reset button, see what you can get for him, and maybe get some, a second or a third round pick or something for a team to take a 1 year rental. I don't know how much sense that makes for the Jets if Aaron Rodgers, according to Drew, they're going to make the playoffs. So if they do make the playoffs, maybe Rodgers is back. But I don't know how much sense it makes for him.
No, I would love Kirk Cousins, but I don't know if you guys saw Jake Glazer was he was kind of talking about the Kirk Cousins situation and was saying like, he said when he last in Minnesota, he was in camp. He was like out there during camp, and they liked Kirk, and they wanted to sign him to an extension, or not sign him to an extension, but re-sign him in the offseason at that point. And he was saying like, most of these teams are trading guys they wouldn't want to re-sign at all. And they're usually trading them to teams where that will be where they'll get their new contract usually. So I could just see a scenario where he doesn't get moved. I mean, who knows? I do think that the Vikings probably win this game. Even though I did love seeing like the Bears offense move the ball like they did. Like that was it warmed my heart looking at the score, seeing they put up 40. That was pretty awesome. But yeah, I would probably lean with Vikings -3 and the over. Is it raining over there?
Derek, weather report.
Let's pull it up. It is going to be 52 degrees with a chance of rain showers and 17 mile-per-hour winds.
Nice.
So,
like I said, this website I pull from, even if it's
lie.
playing indoors, it says chance of rain showers for like every game. I swear to God. I think they're just fine. A chance of rain shower. We're not saying it is. We're not saying it's not.
is it NFLweather.com?
Yes.
Okay.
Bleep
That's
that
so
out.
funny.
NFLweather.com is so bad. It's got me like trying to find like an illegal stream to like Minneapolis news or something like, or Chicago news. Like I'm trying to find local news stations and their weather.
Boots on the ground. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Let's see.
So you're going
Nice.
with Bears, Ryan?
Yeah, I'll be the lone Bears supporter here.
I would like the Bears to win.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would also. I'm not going to bet Vikings money line, but if I have to make a pick, I will say Vikings.
Same.
Um,
I do like the props. I like almost every single prop that you guys said in this game. So,
yeah,
I'll agree.
this prop game, fun prop game, fun one on Red
sure.
Zone. Hopefully.
Right.
Next, we got
Nice.
Seahawks going against the Bengals. Bengals are home, coming off their win against the almighty Arizona Cardinals. -3 is the line, 45 is the total. I did look at the weather on this one already. It's going to rain on Saturday, and there's kind of a chance it could rain on Sunday. So it's going to be a little muddy. Going to be a little muddy out there. But yeah, Seahawks, they are coming off. Who did they just play? Not
They had a bye week?
Bye week?
Yeah, they had a bye. Mm-hmm.
Damn. I wonder if they flew out to Ohio early.
Hopefully
yeah,
not.
for them, probably
That
not.
sucks. Yeah.
I do kind of like Jamar Chase's line, even at 86.5 in this game. Talked about Seahawks secondary, like, dude, they make guys, look even better. And Joe Burrow has been top 5 in the least turnover-worthy throws so far this season, and that's playing on like one leg. I'm going to lean into the Bengals this game for sure. What about you guys? Do you guys have props that you guys like or a take on this?
Yeah, you're still in my notes again. I have the Seahawks passing yards against. They're ranked 30th right now in the league. So with the performance we saw last week in person in Arizona, with Burrow and Chase lighting our asses to oblivion, I get, 80 plus is a daunting, prop for Jamar, but I wouldn't knock anybody for taking that over. And I think that's why I might give the Bengals the edge here. Just because, I think offensively in the past game, they do match up well against Seattle. And I think the reverse is true where the Bengals passing defense, I think they're currently a top 10 ranked passing defense as far as stats go. Who knows about rushing? I think Bengals are dog shit against the running back. So although I my heart wants me to lean Bengals, I am really, really enticed with some Kenneth Walker, the third, his child playing. Kenneth over 66.5 looks really nice. And I might sprinkle Kenneth Walker. I saw a prop at 2 touchdowns with odds at plus 550. We'll see. Even though I want the Bengals to win, I think, if the Seahawks can kind of establish a nice run game and somehow limit Jamar Chase and Burrow and the rest of this offense, there's a shot. But let me lean Bengals. Derek, what you got?
Yeah, we kind of touched on it last week that did we all pick Cardinals last week against the Bengals?
I did.
I did too.
I think I did.
I think we were all kind of like in agreement that, like, from what we had seen, we're gonna go Cardinals, but it could easily be the Bengals bounce back week. And I kind of think just happened. I think they might be back. I think they might have unlocked something. Obviously it all comes down to Burrow being healthy. But he looked good in that game, and he looked like more like his normal self. So I think they're getting back to normal. Definitely a favorable matchup for him too. Like you guys, I'm leaning into him, but the Seahawks, they're allowing the second most yards to the receiver. And not that it's a huge headline or anything, but DK Metcalf and a little fuel to the fire. He said he thinks Devon Witherspoon's going to get the best of Jamar Chase in the matchup. So I like Jamar's props, but it's a really high line. It's like 83.5 right now, I think. Let's see if that changed at all yet. Or 85.5 now. So it's pretty large line here. But if I had to take one side on that one, I would go with the over there. Ryan, I agree. I like Kenneth Walker over yards. The Bengals are allowing the 5th most rushing yards on the ground to running back, 107 yards per game. So relatively, I guess, appropriately set line for him at 66.5 yards. Seahawks coming off a bye. I don't know what Pete Carroll's like stats are coming off a bye week and what that looks like, but he seems like a good enough coach that is going to have his team pretty prepared. I'm actually really excited about this game. This might be one of my more favorite games on the slate. I think it's going to be a really good game, but I want to start being on the right side of the Bengals. I think did we all pick them to go to the Super Bowl? I ask this every week. I think we all picked them to go to the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
We're getting back on track.
Yeah.
Eagles. You meant the Eagles.
Well, yeah.
No.
Ryan said Niners.
No, I said Eagles. I was right.
Niners, baby.
Yeah, I think Ryan said Niners. Let me point that way.
So yeah,
Oh, wait,
I will go Bengals -3 here.
nice.
That's fair. I love Kenneth Walker's line here. I think that, like, when you see him run, dude's just like, he looks like a physical freak, dude. He looks big out there. Like, I also wouldn't be surprised if Zach Charbonnet got some reps. I watch him just sneak into the end zone, dude. Plus 285 on for anytime touchdown. I kind of think that could be worth a little sprinkle. Might be in a little touchdown parlay of long shots. But yeah, like because I know people were talking about Zach Charbonnet's offensive snap count each week, and it was going up, and then it went back down from week 4. But who knows? Coming out of the bye, he could have looked really good in practice.
Oh,
They
yeah.
don't have a line out. But yeah, the Bengals allowed 143 yards to the Cardinals last week. We were talking about James Conner props, and that was in all my parlays, and it really only didn't cash because of injury, because he let Demercado and Rondell Moore each get, like, I think 40 yards and 60 yards maybe respectively. So it wasn't really big fluky plays, kind of like it was. They are just not good at the run. They were not able to make adjustments, and I feel like Pete Carroll will attack that. So I think this game will be a lot like really close. I think it's going to be a fun game. Watch this be like one of those weird overtime games. But
Overtime
I'll
alert?
take the over. I'll take the over still. I think the mud, like the rain and the weather, does work to Seattle's favor. I'll take them +3, but that's just because I think it's going to be a push. I think Bengals win, but I don't know about at 3. So I guess I could take -3 and only benefit, but I think the run game kind of benefits the Seahawks, so I'll take plus. I'll take the points.
You know what's funny is the Seahawks are allowing the 4th least rushing yards to running backs, but they are allowing the 4th most touchdowns to running backs. I don't know what to do with that information. That's weird. Joe Mixon touchdown under yards. Let's do a parlay.
How bad are they in the red zone? Is their defense bad in the red zone?
I'm not too sure. Let's see.
Maybe, because I mean, it makes sense if they're passing yards. They're
It
like
must be
second to last, one of the worst.
Yeah.
But
they are ranked 14th in red zone defense. So
no, teams are getting lucky. I get it. Nice. What do we have next?
Was that your pick? Did you say your pick, Ryan?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think I'm definitely, out of spirit and out of heart, leaning Bengals. I'm rooting for a good game, and then I think, if we're going to throw money on it, it's got to be Kenneth. I think he's going to have a big game.
Okay, I love that.
But Joe Burrow and his receiving core are going to overpower.
Derek, you want to lead us into the next game?
I got you. All right, next up, we got the Saints heading down to Houston. Texans are +1.5 dogs at home. Total is set at 42. Saints are +102 on the money line. Saints are -122 on the money line. I tried to look this up. I tried to use a ChatGPT for this. These teams have only played 5 times in history. Is that the least amount ever played against a head-to-head? I tried to find it. I couldn't find it anywhere, but it has to be up there. Anyway, Saints are leading the series 3-2. So huge matchup here. Are the Saints like just going with dominance, or the Texans going to be fighting for 500 against the Saints? Yeah, I'm excited for this one. Saints coming off. Is it going to get worse for Belichick? You can't fire him legally, but Saints just beat them 34-0 last week. Riding high, kind of getting right. I know I'm a little salty with the Saints. I said they were going to be, they were my sleeper bet for a last undefeated team, but you know what? Derek Carr was hurt. I'm sticking to it. He's looking healthier now. And I'm liking the Saints more and more. But the Texans, man, I think we were all in agreement before the year that we kind of sleep. Like we like the Texans. We like what they're doing. and they just look like a good football team. It's pretty wild. I
Yeah.
know they lost that. It was the Falcons. They lost by 2 last week in a close game, but CJ Stroud was looking good. I know the the Stroud boys they're proud boys right now. He didn't throw a pick, so
I ended up betting it last week, and that bit me in the ass. Yeah, I dude, will he throw a pick this week? That's the question.
I kind of think this is the week. I do. I think
Did
the Saints
you-
have a pretty decent defense. What?
Did you guys see his breakdown of like him like watching film on Jesse Bates III and like seeing a weird thing he did? And he's like, yeah, well, I knew like, you know, our tight end's a smart boy. And he's like, I knew he'd make the right decision on his route. And that's why like I didn't make a mistake with Jesse Bates III. And I was like, Drew and I were talking about how Jesse Bates is going to get that fucking interception. I was like, this little bitch watching too much film, dude.
CJ listens to the pod.
So currently, CJ Stroud has only 5 turnover worthy throws.
Wow.
I believe. And I think he's just been smart with the ball. And that's 5 throws, 5 turnover worthy plays. But first being Joe Burrow with 3. Like that's, you know, there's not much space between those guys, but doesn't seem like he takes risks. I mean, it's interesting that interception is plus money here. Plus 124 for him to throw an interception. And the Saints secondary has been good this year. They've been very solid. So it could happen this week, but like I don't know if it does. I think I got scared. After I lost, I was like, there's no way he's throwing a pick. Like watching him play, it wasn't like, oh, like that was close. Like there's not really been many plays where you're like, oh shit.
Right.
You know, anything can happen. Anything can happen for sure.
Right.
He is the current leader all-time leader in NFL history in most pass attempts to start a career without an interception. 186 attempts without a pick. That's the NFL record now. So it has to be plus money for him to throw a pick.
Wait, you sure Brock's not? Is Brock on the list?
Brock was second. I'm joking. I don't know. But no, I totally agree. CJ's he's a baller. He's good. I just think the Saints are probably going to be the toughest defense he's faced so far. They're ranked 5th in DVOA. They're tied for 2nd with the most interceptions in the league at 7. So it's going to be a test for sure. And I think this is actually going to be a pretty good close game as well. So I can see it coming. And even if it's just off the Saints just create opportunities and turnovers. Like if it's a tip pass or it tipped at the line of scrimmage, maybe it was a right read by CJ, but just got, tipped in a big fat guy catches a pick. Who knows? But this is going to be a fun game. I think it's going to be a sticky good defensive matchup. This just seems like the type of game the Saints are going to win by like 3, and the spread is 1.5. So actually, Saints by 2. It's going to be exact. Let's do an exact spread. They're going to win by exactly 2 points.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like I gotta check myself here. I've been super antsy a couple times on the podcast with Stroud and interceptions as far as betting. But the more I watch and the more I see people smarter than me break down his play, the dude has it. Whatever it is. Be the corny dude. No, but he's just a really, really good quarterback so far. And yeah, I mean, Saints, passing yards against, they're top 5, and points allowed top 5. So this will definitely be a really good test. And on the Texans end, outside of passing yards, which they're ranked 3rd best, the rest of the team is mediocre. But the thing is, I think with D'Amico, and the team, I feel like they're going to start playing with a bigger chip on their shoulder. And I know they're kind of already this, what's the word? not feisty. Help me out, guys.
I was gonna say feisty. So.
I guess
Frisky?
frisky works. Yeah, they're already frisky. There we go. They're already kind of a frisky team. I do think, defensively, the Saints are way better and have like the initiative to lock down any type of success this Texans offense might hope for. But I really like D'Amico as a head coach, and I think these Texans are going to start playing with like I said, a big chip on their shoulder. So I am gladly, I think, gonna lean Texans here. Saints have a long injury list. I don't know if we saw that. Also, DraftKings, they're too much of a coward to drop CJ Stroud passing props right now. So I'm going to take these as hints.
Isn't that partly related to the receiver situation?
No, they're
Right?
just scared. They're just scared.
They're
Dog.
just scared.
They're baiting you. They're baiting you. They said, hey, interception plus money, no passing.
I'm not taking it. If his passing yards come out around like 255, 255 and a half, 256 and a half, I'm on the over on that front, baby. But if I had to lean, I know they're division rivals with the Colts, but I like the Texans here.
That's fair. I think I'll probably roll with the Saints. I think it's really just going to be a big question on. I think Robert Woods is kind of questionable, and isn't Tank Dell out for this game?
He is questionable, and Robert Woods practiced
he-
on Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Robert, yeah, he did practice today, but he didn't practice yesterday.
Gotcha.
And so he's probably like, he's coming back. They don't have a line out for receptions, but I think if Tank Dell's out, I would like Dalton Schultz receptions in this spot. I think he saw a little bit more activity this last week. I think it was his best game. Maybe he got in the end zone. Let me see. Yeah, he's been in the end zone the past 2 games, but he had 7 receptions for 65 yards last week. I think this could be another spot for if his line's at like 3.5, 4.5, like I think worth a shot. I think he can end up with 5 or 6 catches. That's something I like, but yeah, outside of that, I'll also say I'll take Saints spread here. It's not that I doubt the Texans. I just think that the Saints are kind of a better team.
Nice. Drew, is it hot? Is it hot over there? It looks super hot.
No,
In the
pretty
room you're
chilly.
in.
Pretty chilly. Pretty chilly.
I'm just
over here.
realizing you didn't explain what is there good reception there though?
I said in the beginning of the pod that I was in hell.
Oh, my bad. Reminder. We moving on to the next game?
Yeah, I think are we
Lions Bucks?
Derek, you there?
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
Is it possible to pause really quick?
sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I'll be right back.
Anything else you want to say about this game?
Yeah. So quick. I have been liking Dalton Schultz this year too, and I was on his props last week too. The one thing is the Saints are basically the best team against tight ends. They're allowing the least amount of yards, but receptions wise, he's getting a lot more looks. And if Tank Dell's out, I do kind of like that angle as well. He's kind of establishing himself. He had 10 targets last week, so pretty insane. And on the flip side, though, the Texans are allowing the most tight end receiving yards. So Jawan Johnson, he's not practicing. He's questionable. But if he does play, I love his line. But if not, Foster Moreau, comeback player of the year, baby. Look at the props. They're not going to release any line for him. I already know. But maybe touchdown? I don't know.
Maybe. No,
Maybe.
watch this be like this is gonna be an ugly game. I don't know. I kind of like the under, like 42.
Yeah.
It's like watch this just be a slugfest. I feel like to gonna be like 13-12 final score. Like it's gonna be ugly.
That honestly sounds pretty appropriate for this one. I think the 1.5, the spread, you're gonna get fucked somehow on it.
Yeah. Could be a tie. Every time we see a close spread, we're just like, oh, tie.
Tie. Immediate tie.
All right. So now we can move on to, I believe, Eagles Jets.
Yep, that's it.
All right. So we got the Eagles going against the New York Jets. Jets are +7 at home. 41 is the total. Breece Hall, he's the guy. I don't give a fuck. I don't need to hear the Eagles are the best against the run because I think are. They're like top 3 in the league against the run. I don't need to hear that Zach Wilson's the quarterback. All I need to know is who is behind Zach Wilson. Breece motherfucking Hall. I wish I had the jersey to hold up right now, but yeah, I will blindly ride into the depths of where I'm at right now with Breece Hall. I love that man. +170 to get a touchdown. Hard not to be like, kind of worth a shot. Did you guys see that run against the Broncos?
How could you miss it when you're sending it to us every 10 seconds? Huh?
That's what I was watching on my other phone. I was not watching Dak highlights. I was watching.
So you're ordering a jersey on one phone and watching his highlights on the other.
Yeah. It's just. What's your guys' opinion on this game?
You want me to step in, Ryan? Because I feel like this is like me and Drew versus each other. Because this is the Eagles are my Niners for you, and I feel like Drew equally hates the Eagles. So I feel like now we're in the Breece Hall versus
last
Eagles
year.
legacy.
I painted my face.
Yeah, but this year you keep giving. There's that 6-game stretch where the Eagles are gonna just. Yeah, I'm gonna pause on what I'm gonna say, but
when we get there, no, say it so we can play it back.
Yeah, but I agree. I think the Eagles win this game, but I think 7 points. It's kind of a lot. And the Eagles defense hasn't been phenomenal. They have been really good against running backs conveniently, but they're allowing the 6th most passing yards, 6th most receiving yards. So 13th most tight end receiving yards. So they're definitely not perfect by any means. The angle I kind of like for this one is I like Garrett Wilson. Line set pretty low. It's 50.5. I mean, he's by far, but I mean, Breece Hall obviously on the ground, but through the air, it's Garrett Wilson. He's by far like the leader in targets on the team. He has 40 targets, which leads the team. I just think that's a pretty achievable number. Zach Wilson seems to be showing some signs of having a pulse. I don't know. He didn't look amazing last week. I know, Drew, you and I were both kind of on his over, and I think he went like slightly under the total. I think it was like 207 or something like that was his total, and I think it was at under 200 yards. But and against the Broncos defense too, which isn't amazing. But he can find Garrett Wilson for 51 yards. Come on, we're gonna do that easily. What is DeAndre Swift's receiving line set at?
It is set at 15. Oh, yeah, you beat me to it.
Okay, I like that. The Jets are allowing the 2nd most yards to the running back through the air. They're allowing the 2nd most quarterback rushing yards. So shout out Jalen Hurts. 6th most running back rushing yards. Jets are actually pretty good against the receiver, though. They are allowing the 2nd least receiving yards to receivers. So maybe not looking at AJ Brown and Devontae Smith here. Oh, we have a special guest.
Sorry, she was
a
barking.
Special guest.
Special guest. Put her on. Give us the headphones.
Who's a good girl?
Who's the good girl in hell with Drew?
Are her paws okay? It's definitely too hot to go walk her right now. Tell me you have the puppy boots.
All right.
Derek, great analysis.
Sorry. Yes. Sorry. I was listening.
He wasn't.
It's okay. You weren't, but it's fine. You know.
Man. Yeah, man. I think, what it comes down to, though, the Jets aren't that good at football.
Oh.
They're not. Compared to the Eagles, they're not. I mean, Eagles outside of like passing yards against, they're basically, top 10.
Can you do that on purpose?
I have no idea. They're top 10 passing yards, top 10 rushing yards, top 10 points scored. And then rushing yards against, they are number 1 in the league. Now, I'm not saying Bryce Hall isn't going to ball out. I hope he does. I'm a fan. He's a great guy. Seems like a good running back for the organization. But the Wilson and Wilson connection, outside of any Brees help, is not going to help this Jets offense succeed. I know we had kind of a frisky game against the Chiefs, and I know they somehow – it was a close game last week with the Broncos, and we get bailed out on a silly Russ scramble fumble 6. The Jets didn't look that good. I will say the Eagles have yet to cover when favored by 7 points or more, which is fine. We've seen it all year. They don't win like the Niners win. They just do. They just win. They just win. It's not going to be beautiful. Like, they don't have a, Mr. Irrelevant at quarterback just making everybody look silly. So if I'm going to lean anywhere, I got to go Eagles, man. I think pretty single-handedly. I don't know if it's going to be close or not, but the Eagles find a way to win, and they'll make it look a little easy depending on the score.
Damn.
Did you just call Jalen Hurts a bum?
No, I just said
he low-key did. He just swats on.
Guys, in comparison to Brock Purdy, who doesn't look like a bum, that's all I'm going to say.
So we know where you were focused when you watched Iowa State games, because Breece Hall fucking carried Brock Purdy's ass through some of those games. Dude was a dog in college. I just have to say, so when Breece Hall struggled, his line is set at 54.5 for rushing. When he struggled against the Cowboys, that's because Breece Hall usually gets hit at the line. And then it's whether or not you can stop him at the line is what decides whether or not he has a big game. The Cowboys have the 3rd highest stuff rate in the league on runs. The Eagles have the 18th. So when this is another good spot for Breece Hall, man. I'm telling you, everyone thinks that they're gonna dominate. Maybe the only way Breece Hall doesn't get it is if they have to throw, and I still don't think they'll abandon the run. I'm 54.5. I'm telling you,
they've abandoned the run like the majority of their games as far as Breece.
You don't watch games, it's cool, but
how many games does he have over 10 touches? 12 touches. 2?
12 touches. This is an arbitrary number. Last game was the first game he was off the
he had what, 22?
Last week was the first week he was off the pitch count. What are you talking about?
No, it doesn't exist, man.
He was unleashed. He was unleashed last week and saw what he did. 54.5. It's gonna be in the fucking pick 5. You already know. But bro,
Ryan, you're being selfish. The Eagles versus Jets was my thing. You're making it your thing now.
Sorry, Derek, take this.
He weirdly found a way to bring up the 49ers in the Eagles Jets.
Found a way to say Jalen Hurts fucking sucks. Brock Purdy's tied with him in MVP odds. Breece Hall ain't shit. He wouldn't be anything without Brock Purdy.
Yeah,
Derek, you said he's ahead of Jalen in MVP odds, but
yeah, they're both plus 600. Look again.
Wait.
Hot take. I think Jalen Hurts is better than Brock Purdy.
Whoa, calm down, dude.
Derek, mute him.
Take is hotter than hell.
Hell yeah.
Well, Drew, you are gonna like this. Jalen Carter did not practice on Thursday and is questionable. So I will say that would be huge for Breece Hall props. If Jalen Carter doesn't play, who is clearly defensive rookie of the year, like not even close right now. That'll be definitely massive for him. So, and 54 and a half.
You guys are both going
is a
with
low
Eagles. Eagles -7, I think, is safe to say you guys are both taking that.
I never said that.
I actually did. I didn't either. I if I had to lean anyway, I guess that's the way I'm leaning. I think 7 is kind of a lot. I think the Eagles. I said this all to start, Drew. I don't know why you're laughing. You know what? Fucking Eagles -14, bitch.
All spread. All
bird.
spread. All spread. 13 and
No,
a
it's
half.
just funny. It's funny because Ryan was. It's like I never said that either. It was like, bro, you said they don't know how to play football. Like,
I said they win, but they don't hit the spread all the time. I'm just kidding. No, yeah, they're really good though. They're really good. I'll go 13 and a half.
he's looking at this game like, man, toilet bowl. 2 teams that suck.
Half a toilet bowl.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go Jets -6.5. They win by a touchdown.
Alt line. Oh yeah. Also,
Alt line.
These teams have met 12 times in history. Guess who's winning?
Every time the Eagles.
Yep, 12-0. I'm not joking.
Perfect.
They're due.
Perfect.
Whoa.
They're due. I am going to take Jets money line though. I think that they have a shot. I think this could be a trap game. Watch out. If anyone's in a Survivor League, this will be the game that fucks it up.
Well, as long as Derek doesn't pick it.
I'm just gonna.
I'm already out, buddy.
Breece Hall's the best running back in the league. All right, he's the best running back in the league.
He's your new Tony Pollard.
Zach Moss.
Tony Pollard, I said was top 5, which I won't back down from. I still think he's good. But Breece Hall is like.
Why are you guys pronouncing Zach Moss so weirdly?
Breece Hall is definitively a number 1 back. He's
a number 1 back.
He's top 5. Dial on. Like that's.
Nice.
I'm so excited for this game, dude. This is like.
Now I am.
Jets, man. Jets.
Man. We're gonna get Fireman Phil on the pod.
I'm gonna be like. I'm gonna be through the 7 layers of what's it like Dante's Hell or some
Dante's
shit.
Inferno.
You're already in like level 3, dog.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh man, pretty soon I'll be chilling with Ronald Reagan.
Can I get a 30-second timeout?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
All right. You want to lead us into Lions Bucks?
And now, yes, I do. We have the Lions facing the Bucks. Bucks +3.5. The over/under sitting at 42. Lions coming in, maintaining somewhat hotness, but the Bucks kind of looking like one of the more friskier teams in the NFL. They go and kind of embarrass the Saints, who supposedly has a good defense. And Baker Mayfield, elite or not? I want to start with that question, and then y'all enter in. Is Baker Mayfield finally kind of getting over that does he suck or not question? Are we finally past it? Or
are you a producer on First Take?
Yeah, it does sound like a person.
No, next question. I do love
Skip.
Baker, but
Skip.
I think he's always fun. Like he's like gonna be the best mic'd up quarterback. This is
he's
like
got
the
a great
ultimate,
personality.
Like, this game's like the ultimate like dudes, like just dudes that are fucking sick to watch. Like Baker Mayfield, Dan Campbell. Like Baker Mayfield on Dan Campbell's team would be too much. Like it would be like, oh hold on, what the fuck?
Too much testosterone. Yeah.
Too much charisma and fun interviews.
Too many.
Yeah, I mean, dude, this Lions secondary, I feel like they can't catch a break. Didn't Emmanuel Mosley? I think he just tore his ACL after he was recovering from the other leg, right? I think it was like he tore his left last year, he recovered, and now his right is torn or something like that. they can't catch a break, man. And then the Bucks are coming off a bye week, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is going to be a good Mike Evans spot. I don't think he's slowing down. I think Baker's, been dealing in the ball. I don't really see any reason to stop believing now. His line is set at. Is it out?
I think I tried to find it earlier.
He is questionable, so I don't know.
Yeah, hamstring, boys.
Oh, that's true.
Hamstring.
He did get kind of hurt at the end of the game against the Saints,
Yeah.
or at halftime. He missed.
Little boo boo.
Okay, never mind. Trey Palmer game. Nebraska boy. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty easy to say like I like the Lions in this one. They're -3. Total sitting at 42 feels kind of low, almost like a trappy kind of line, because like that feels like way too low for these teams. Like Goff just threw 3 touchdowns last week. Like this Bucks offense this Bucks defense could allow 42 points on their own. Like so I do like the over a lot. I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say about this game.
Yeah, I would definitely. To me, the spread is trappy. I think I just blind looking at this. I thought the Lions should be favored by like 5.5. I think it's kind of a low line, so that's a little concerning to me. I know the Bucks are frisky; they're pretty good, but I just think the Lions are. The question, Ryan, should have been: are the Lions elite? Not is Baker Mayfield elite? I think they're
the Lions are elite. I thought that was obvious.
Okay. Then there we go. We had 2 very easy answers. So I'm going Lions -3 here, and I like the fact that it's at -3, not 3.5 too. So you can get that push. Worst case if it is a field goal game. Drew, I can't believe you didn't bring this up. Lions not good against tight ends though. Second most receiving yards. This is an obvious Cade Otton spot here. What are we doing? Coming off the bye. He's nice and healthy. He's not on the injury report. His line's going to be set at like 24.5. Come on. What are we doing? That's easy. We got to put that in the card here.
I see after Cade Otton failed me against the Eagles, who were not good against tight ends, I question myself every day. But I'm all for a Cade Otton spot here. Let's throw him into something once his line comes out.
Always parlay. Cade Otton over. Cade Otton over. Cade Otton over. Here we go. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I agree too. I think it should be a high scoring game. So 42 is a little weird to see for the total here. But yeah, my confident play here would be Lions -3.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. I mean, head to head, on paper, we're only 5 weeks in here. Bucks coming off a bye, so we only have 4 data points for them. But comparatively, when we stack them up against the Lions are just simply the better team. They first week of football, they go in and beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Jared Goff is having himself a very successful year at the quarterback position. I always love Amon-Ra
St. Brown.
There we go. Too many. But also at the same time, I enjoy football more when Baker Mayfield is playing well. And so far it's been really fun. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, they go in and straight up embarrass a really good Saints defense. And it seems like slowly Baker's starting to prove himself more and more and kind of like hopefully get himself out of the mold or prototype he was kind of assigned when he was with the Bears. Rams. I'm missing a team, but yeah, it seems like he's flourishing. Maybe he has a career year here in Tampa Bay. But with that said, Bucks can't run the ball that good. Lions can. That's the thing. No, I'm just kidding.
Fair enough.
Lions rank 7th in the league for rushing yards. Bucks are 10th against the run. in the league. So it could be a cool matchup. See who is able to get the advantage there, because I think maybe if the Lions can establish like a solid run game. I know Jahmyr Gibbs is questionable. I don't know if he practiced. I don't think he did. But Montgomery's the man. Yeah. I mean, even if he's healthy,
Jahmyr's not playing either way.
Yeah, David's the boy there. So if he can kind of get this team rolling early, I really love the Lions as much as I am aware of any like what the fuck momentum the Bucks may have at the moment. Give me Lions -3. Following you, Derek.
I think we're all in agreement on this one.
Nice, boys.
Love
Anything else you guys want to say?
So for that one, should we move to Monday night?
Yes, sir.
All right. We got the Dallas Cowboys going to LA to take on the Chargers. Chargers are +2 dogs at home. Total, I think this is the highest of the week, if I'm not mistaken, 50.5. The Chargers are +110 on the money line. Cowboys -130 on the money line. Cowboys coming off the worst loss of any team in NFL history. I think my stats are saying that right now. So maybe a bounce back spot here for the Cowboys. I know Drew's going to say that. I don't know how to feel about this one. I think it's going to be a fun game. And I think we're going to get a primetime over, I'm hoping. I think it's going to be like, let's go final score here. I'm going to say 31-28. Final score. Actually, would that be right at the over? I got to do the math here. 31.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it. 31-28. Who wins, guys? Tell me.
Look, I just want to first say, I never said the Cowboys were a good team. I said they were the best.
Yeah, exactly.
The best when they get knocked down, they come back up. This is like a Rocky movie, dude. All right. I haven't even seen the Rocky movies. Does he win? I don't know, but the Cowboys are fucking winning. This game is going to be hilarious because of how much Mike McCarthy hates Kellen Moore. And so I think they're going to throw the fuck out of the ball in this spot. I think that Herbert is going to pass like fucking crazy. I don't know what his passing line is. 281.5, and they're getting Eckler back. It's going to be a very offensive game, but the Cowboys are going to take this one. I like 31-28. I think, dude, we've had some really shitty ass primetime games. I really, really hope the Raiders one was not that bad, but I was watching baseball. But like Sunday night last week fucking was hell for some of us. And this game is going to save it all. It's going to salvage it all. Cowboys money line. They're winning this game. In LA, it's going to be fucking way too many Cowboys fans there. You already know the place would be fucking obnoxious. Ryan, try and tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, 100% you're wrong. I was just waiting for you to stop.
Let's hear why.
You're wrong. You're wrong in the fact that the Dallas Cowboys are the best team. This game will be fun. I'm actually super excited. I'm going to be the bigger man here, set aside any type of Dallas bias I may have going in here. Kellen Moore revenge game. I love me some Kellen Moore. I feel like the Chargers need to finally fucking prove themselves. You got Eckler back, and obviously the Dallas Cowboys have to fucking bounce back from last Sunday. The thing, I think the Cowboys, we all know the Cowboys, are the better team without a doubt. I think, if we kind of line up rosters, I don't think anybody can argue. Spit. And the Chargers are unfortunately the Chargers. If they're going to lose, they're going to find a way to lose. They're going to find a way to get any type of key player injured, any type of silly mistake late in the game. Sure, they'll be competitive through, 3.5 quarters. And maybe, they force Dak to look silly sometimes. But My heart really loves the narrative of this Kellen Moore giving the big fuck you to the Dallas organization and being like, yeah, look how good I am. But he joined the most cursed franchise, it seems, in the NFL that just can't seem to do anything good as far as being a successful team. So as much as my heart would love to lean Chargers, I think I will the total's a little high. I'm a little scared. I don't know what's going to happen. The Chargers are such a weird team, and so are the Cowboys. I mean, are we going to get Cowboys versus Arizona? Are we going to get that team, or are we going to get, the supposed NFC juggernauts of the supposed juggernauts of the NFC? Jesus. All that said, I like the Cowboys, regardless of any mistakes Dak might make. I think Tony Pollard is a G. I also think, the Chargers offense is a G, but their fucking defense is not good straight up. So maybe a shootout, maybe not. Whoever struggles the least, I think it'll be the Cowboys. -2. Look at us, dude. Bygones are being bygones.
Wow. I wish I could say that was the end of it, but it definitely
isn't. I'm happy with that.
I hate to say, I think I kind of agree here. I think the Cowboys do have a bounce back spot here. I think their defense is fucking awesome. If you don't watch last week, they're pretty awesome. I do love the Kellen Moore angle here. I think that's a good take. I do think they're going to try to get too cute, and I do think they're going to really force that issue. The problem is the Cowboys have a really good defense, and they're allowing the second least passing yards in the NFL. So Herbert is good enough, and this offense is good enough that I think that they're going to at least be able to keep up with the Cowboys and keep it close. But, their defense is not near the same level or class as the Cowboys here. And, it's not going to happen, but how funny would it be if this is the game where Staley finally gets fired and then Kellen Moore becomes the head coach after losing to the Cowboys? It would just be a full circle moment. It would be hilarious. It's not going to happen, but it would be a funny moment. But yeah, give me Cowboys money line here. I'd probably take -2. If you're going to take money line, you might as well take -2 here too. But I just think any Chargers game is not normal. You're never going to see a normal Chargers game. So yeah. I never confidently will, bet straight up on one, but the props are always fun. And I want to see CeeDee Lamb's line when it gets released here. The Chargers are allowing the 8th most yards for receivers. And I just feel like CeeDee's been pretty quiet this year, and like his role has kind of been diminished a little bit. So I wouldn't put it past them kind of forcing the issue and getting him a bounce back week here, especially on prime time. And then the other thing I would look at is Tony Pollard receiving yards too. Chargers are allowing the 5th most receiving yards to the running back. So kind of like that. And also I like Eckler's line. It's usually set this, kind of around this number. It's at 50.5. I know Cowboys have a good defense, but he's coming off 3 weeks of rest now, kind of fully recharged. And I think they're going to have to lean on him a lot in this one as well. So
Kellen Moore becoming the head coach is what we deserve. You're right, but it's not what's going to happen, Derek.
No, it's not.
I had another dream.
Oh no, another AI coach.
Another Cowboys dream?
I'm just kidding.
What did Jerry
this happened in
week?
real life. Jerry said, I like when we throw to tight ends. So Jake Ferguson over CeeDee Lamb, whatever. If I can take him head to head, I'll take receptions for Jake Ferguson over, because Jerry's calling the plays over there. I don't know what's going on with Mike, but that's the only thing I had to add. Yeah, no, Jerry's I don't like talking Dream Jerry anymore. Are you guys ready to move on to the Big Five?
I'm so ready.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan, you want to start us off?
Hold on.
Oh,
I am so ready.
Hold on.
Hold on. Just
Just give me a second.
audience, bear with me. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. The pick 5. I went 2 for 3 yesterday. Or last week, yesterday. Jesus. To start it off, the Jaguars, coming back from 2 weeks in Europe, decide to skip the optional bye week and instead go straight to a divisional game against the Colts. Although he's not playing, hats off for our fallen soldier. Minshew Mania season, Colts money line plus 160. After that, we got the Bears versus the Vikings. I think it's going to be a shootout. We already talked about it. Give me over 44 at negative 110. And previously, going on to the Seattle Seahawks, we got Kenneth Walker II. I think he will easily get over 66.5 rushing yards. Another running back I love, Bijan, over 24.5 receiving yards. Throwing a little curveball. I think, if the Falcons want to get a little frisky here, and have you guys seen those crazy videos on Twitter where they focus the camera center on the ball and it's always like a Bijan touchdown? We're going to get another one of those off like some type of screen from Bijan. So give me 24.5 receiving yards. And next, I had the brick background behind me because it's the closest thing. I tried to get a Brock Purdy background, but I don't know if it's because we're streaming. It just won't let me change it to the ones I had already previously loaded. I have a fun parlay here for you guys. The Bay Area 401k parlay. Give me Brock Purdy over 200.5 passing yards. Give me CMC anytime touchdown and wrap it up on a nice, beautiful bow. 49ers money line. That's a double unit parlay. That's a double unit 401k parlay to end my pick 5.
Damn, Derek,
Beautiful.
You got a 401k to follow it up?
I mean, I feel like I need to make one. I actually didn't have one this week, but I feel like I need to make one.
Let me get Anthony's screen.
All right. Do you want me to go, Drew?
Oh, yeah, sure.
All right. First up, we kind of talked about this one earlier. Give me Lions -3. I feel like in the pick 5, I usually kind of stay away from spreads and totals, but feel pretty good about the one. I wouldn't really feel as great if it was over anything over 3, but love that we get that potential push there. I just think they're a better team than the Buccaneers. They're ranked 3rd in DVOA. Bucks are ranked 14th. I know Bucks are coming off the bye, but I think the Lions are hitting their stride here. Next up, give me another spread. I'm sure you guys both saw this one coming. Saints -1.5. I mean, really, I might just go Saints money line here to play it safe, but I like getting the juicier odds here at -1.5 at -1.5 at -108 with the Saints. Again, I think they're hitting their stride. I think Derek Carr is getting a little healthier too. I think it's going to be a good game. I like the Texans. I like what they're doing, but I just think the Texans are a better team. I think the Saints are a better team. Next up, give me DJ Moore over 59.5. He's back in the pick 5, leading the team in targets 34, leading the receiving options and snaps. He's gone over this number in 3 out of 5 games, and the games that he has gone over, he's gone well over. He's got 104 yards, 131 yards, 230 yards. He scored in 3 straight games. He is by far the focal point of this offense. Justin Fields is finding his connection with him, and the Vikings are giving up 209 yards a game to the receiver. Next up, give me Zay Flowers over 56.5 yards. He's also leading the team in targets and snaps. He has 40 targets. He's gone over in 3 out of 5. And the one of the games he did not go over, he was just 1 yard under this at 56. Vikings are giving up, or sorry, not the Vikings. The Titans are giving up 196 yards to the receiver. And then for the double unit mega whale lock, Drew, we're going to the Eagles-Jets game. And I'm taking Garrett Wilson over 50.5 yards. A little curveball there. I just think it's simply too low. The Eagles are going to win the game for sure, but they do give up a decent amount of yards to the receiver. I think they're giving up the 6th most yards to the receiver at 180 yards per game. Garrett Wilson, by far the most focal point of this offense here. He's leading the team in targets and snaps as well. He has also gone over in 3 out of 5 games. And yeah, I think it's a relatively low line.
That's fair. All right. I wish I knew you were going to take the Cowboys on Monday Night Football. I wouldn't have even entertained this bet, but I'm going to go with the Browns plus 10. I actually just think it's going to be a very defensive game against the Niners. I know that they don't have Deshaun Watson playing, and Dorian Thompson-Robinson isn't starting either. I think it's P.J. Walker is the guy. Not good. Not a good look, but watch it just be like a spot where they just somehow cover. Next, I'm going to the Vikings-Bears game also. I'm going to take Cole Kmet over 3.5 receptions. I just think the middle of the field is going to be open. I was going to take TJ Hawkinson in this spot, and I still think it's a good bet. But just I like going with the lower number here that I also still have some confidence in. Then going to the Lions-Bucks game. I'm not taking the spread, but I am taking the over 42. It's really scary trapping line, but I'm got to go with it. And then I'm also going to the Eagles-Jets game. Give me the Jets plus 7. Think this is a good spot for them to be an overrated team. The real gauntlet starts now. And then my double whale unit log. Give me Breece Hall anytime touchdown. I have to. I mean, I'm going to be wearing his jersey probably on Sunday anyways. If I get it in time, I hope. I'm going to be calling FedEx or something. Make sure they expedite that shit. And I trust that man with my life. Plus, also the Eagles aren't really stuffing the run, which I feel like that's how you have to stop Breece Hall, is stuffing it at the line. I like it. I'm big. I'm going 5-0 this week. I'm feeling very confident.
Mr.
All right.
Pfizer and O. I don't know.
Oof.
I tried to. There's a callback to the old episode. Nice. Do we have a homie?
Do you guys see
parlay
Aaron
locked in
Rodgers
that
gets
we wanna-
paid? He gets paid for his Pat McAfee show.
Yeah.
Do you guys actually see that?
They said
No.
close to $1 million a year, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Ryan, you want to start us off on the homies parlay?
Yes, I'm gonna try and keep it nice and simple, a little frisky. I changed this a couple times. I know we're gonna have some punishments if one of our legs, or I guess if you lose, you do a punishment. I don't know. We gotta figure that out behind the scenes. But Bijan Robinson anytime touchdown. It's gonna happen. Dude's on fire. Who's adding to it?
Drew, you want to go?
Give me the actual best running back in the league, Breece Hall, anytime touchdown. I'm throwing it in there. You guys are with me now. You guys are fucked. You guys
keep the anytime
you guys are
touchdown.
Gonna have to root for it.
So you're doing the pick 5 and homies parlay, huh? I'm breaking this down with the ship. It's the 3-unit play.
Yeah. Yes.
I feel like I have to go with the running back touchdown prop now. We got to make this the running back week. Let me.
Zach Moss. I should have went Zach Moss. If you want Bijan, I'll trade you Bijan for Zach Moss.
I'm okay. You know what? You're gonna put the dick on the table here. I'm gonna go with a 2-leg touchdown parlay. We have to add here.
Oh shit! So we got 4 legs going.
4 legs. McCaffrey, who has scored in 14 straight?
Well, he didn't score last week.
He did.
I thought he did.
Oh, he did?
Wow, the real Niners fan. We're gonna go McCaffrey and Mostert to score a touchdown plus 142. You don't like it?
Jeff Wilson's coming back.
Oh, is that official?
I think he is.
I picked him up on my fantasy team. Boys.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I'm changing. Hold on.
Zach Moss. It's not too late for Zach Moss. That's a safe bet.
He was limited in Thursday's practice.
I was pretty
So-
confident in that play, and now I'm not. So I'm kind of
He
scrambling here.
could not be coming back. So, I'm seeing all over the place. He's coming back in a couple weeks. He was limited in practice. Today, Rotoballer said Dolphins think Jeff Wilson Jr. is ready. Like,
Ready for
Oh my god!
his
right,
SATs.
What do we think? I'll leave it to I'll leave the home.
I'm down. We can stay with
McCaffrey's
ready.
in there, but Mostert.
We can keep
would you
Mostert.
accept that? Are you comfortable?
I'll
with it?
accept it.
Okay.
I'll accept
No,
it.
switch Mostert for Zach Moss.
No.
Fuck you. All right.
Let's see. All right,
Plus-
so it's
Plus,
official.
one. Yeah.
Plus
1100.
142.
Yeah.
142.
Or at least
One-
that 2-leg parlay was. I don't know what the whole thing is today. Let's
Oh,
see.
1147 is what I got on
Ooh.
DraftKings.
That's juicy.
It's going to hit.
It's going.
All right.
And if you're not dumb, tail us. Anybody listening, tail us if you want to be rich tomorrow. Put your life savings on it.
I think we technically have to say this is not financial advice.
Yeah, not financial advice. Yeah.
Like legally have to say this
flash,
is not
like-
financial advice.
The 1-800 number on the bottom here, just in case.
Yeah. Just
Nah.
over Ryan each time.
Over his mouth, just when you mute him.
Yeah. All right. Well, episode 60 in the books. This is hopefully. Well, some of us will make it to the stew next week. Some
Well,
of us
drop the restraining order. If you drop the restraining order, I'll be back the next 2 weeks. But if you don't, I might miss the next 2 weeks.
You'll have your day in court, bitch. All right. I love you guys.
Aww,
Thanks for
Love you
listening.
guys too.
I love you
all right.
guys. Zach Moss, Brock Purdy, Zach Moss, Brock